Hi everyone. Last week I spoke to you a little bit about transactional analysis and what that means when we're communicating with other people. This week I wanted to take it a step further, which I suppose is what I would be looking to progress from in a client session. So first, identifying that theory of the communicating from a place of an adult position, a child position, or a controlling parent position, and also noticing the person we're communicating with and the position that they're communicating from with us. So I mentioned a little bit about how we can start to bring awareness into why and who we're communicating with from certain positions. Why am I communicating with this particular person from a child position? Why am I able to communicate with my work colleagues from an adult position? Why is it that I might communicate with somebody from a controlling parent position? And just starting to bring into awareness what that means for me and how my experiences might have developed that concept. So the next step for us to think about is, before I've even entered into this conversation, is there an unconscious process that's already going to set up the dialogue in one of these positions? So for example, do I have a core belief, and that's more CBT language as in cognitive behavioural therapy, do I have a core belief that I'm not good enough, or that this person is better than me, or that all people are better than me? And therefore, am I going to already set up the communication style, the communication dynamic as, I'm not okay, you're okay? And then how is that person going to treat me if I've gone into the conversation with that unconscious belief? It's very likely that if I'm not okay and I'm making you okay, that you're going to treat me as a child. And ultimately, often people don't like that, but unconsciously there are these biases and there are these core beliefs that drive these places of communication. And last week as well I mentioned about how going into it, I might set it up as communicating as I'm okay, you're okay, so that's adult to adult, and why that might be, and just starting to notice if I'm triggered by certain people or perhaps certain things they say. So I might start adult to adult and then turn into controlling parent. So I might start off by saying I'm okay, you're okay, but something in the conversation triggers me, or it changes, or perhaps you've turned into controlling parent. So you've now said that I'm not okay and you're okay, and perhaps that triggers that I now feel that you're not okay and I'm okay actually. So it can get a bit complicated when we think about it in that way, but it's quite interesting to think about and bring into awareness, particularly in our closer relationships, what's playing out. And if, like I said at the beginning, unconsciously I'm already setting up this dynamic before either of us have even spoken a word. So what we would use some mindfulness probably to have a look at that. So pause and notice in the moment how I'm feeling, and just think about what I want to get out of my communication and how I want, what I want it to look like, and how I'm going to do that. And if I notice that I'm not feeling okay, it's likely I'm going to go into it as child position, that I'm not okay and you're okay. And whilst that might be okay in some situations where we're feeling vulnerable, it's just starting to notice if it's causing any negative impact in our lives, and if it's a pattern. So I hope that's been helpful again today, and we'll continue the conversation next week.